First in the den is 30-year-old Adebiyi Adedeji, who came to the den with one lion in mind.
I want to impress Mr. Paul, the CEO of Landmark.
Aiming to disrupt the real estate space with his idea, he's hoping real estate giant Paul Owanibe will join him to push the agenda.
So I believe that Eluzini is going to be very useful for his business, and also I think he has the capacity for us to grow if we work together. Hello Lions, my name is Adebiyi Adedeji. I'm the founder and product manager of Eluzini Sign-In. I'm pretty sure that at one point in time, we've all experienced this. When we go to see a loved one in an estate or we go to an office, the visitor onboarding process is very tedious and can be very uneventful and stressful. And secondly, they always hand us a booklet and tell us to write our names, our phone number, our email, our address. This manual process has a couple of downsides. Number one, data is the new oil and also the new gold. How do you know which day of the week you have the most visitors and how you can amplify your security? Then number two is that all the information captured in those booklets could be lost, could be stolen, manipulated, or in worst cases, sold. And that is where Eluzini comes in. Eluzini is a digital gatekeeping solution that provides visitors a digital onboarding process. And also for the admin, it gives them all the information and then they can make analytical decisions for the company's security or organizational policies. So we are coming here today for two reasons. For one, mentorship. And then number two, we're willing to offer 10% equity or convertible notes for 50 million naira. So thank you very much for your time. So if you don't mind, I'd like to show you a demo of Eluzini. Thank you. So we're going to do a visitor onboarding. You have all the basic information, like the names. And at this stage, some options it's optional, like the address, for example. Then you have to select the host of who you're coming to see. You can choose the reason for your visit. Then if you need to capture the information that the person is coming to the premises with, you can capture the item, but it's optional. So we'll move on. So here, you take a mandatory photograph, then you submit it. And the person who was selected gets a real-time notification. So the security can now click on this and decide to print out a slip that can be placed on the visitor's chest or on a visitor tag. So it comes out on the product printer right here. So I can place this here. And then for checking out, you scan this QR code with the device.
Checking into the den with a tech solution that provides an automated system for visitor management and gatekeeping, Adebiyi is asking for 50 million naira in exchange for a 10% stake in Eluzini. And with the entrepreneur being a visitor in the den himself, Dan Gerem starts the onboarding process.
Mr. Adebiyi.
Yes, sir.
I want to commend you for trying to use technology to solve real problems. But the time frame is a bit rigid, because in some offices or in some estates, there are vehicles, there are pedestrians, things need to move pretty fast. Otherwise, people will stop visiting that estate if they have to go through this tedious process.
Yes. There's actually a feature that handles that. It's called pre-registration. So you can have visitors actually pre-register before they come to the premises.
Okay. Yes. I put that there. Yes. Say, what a pre-registration?
Yes, it's available.
And you didn't cover that aspect.
I just thought, because actually a very wide solution. It's kind of like the ERP
but this is a critical element of your presentation. Can you pre-register through a mobile app? Do you have a mobile app?
Right now, the pre-registration is exclusive on the web app. So there's actually a web app. Yes, there's a web app.
You know, everything is going mobile, so that while I'm sitting in the car and while I'm about to move on my app, I say that. So those are some of the weak areas I've pointed out.
Dan spots a bug in the system, a lack of mobile functionality in a mobile-driven generation. But beyond the need for a system upgrade, Paul wants to know what makes the technology behind Eluzini different from the others.
I have seen it in Nigeria already. Yeah, so I've been to a few offices, private banking suites as well that have it. So how are you different?
Number one is our business model, how we intend to actually go to market. So we intend to work with a lot of security agencies, to actually drive this. So they already have a footprint in these estates and organizations. So it's easy to collect information and to customize our solutions.
But you know, it's gate men, it's our bookies that are going to be running this thing.
Our target audience is not necessarily, we're looking for estates that actually have...
No, I see. So I run offices and I have estates,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
But the first checkpoint is at the gate.
Yes.
While you're in the car.
While you're in the
While
car.
you're in the car.
Before you get to the reception,
Yes.
right? As a security feature. As a data management feature, though, obviously the reception will work. So you have to decide whether it's actually a security feature or not. Because the real value in this is if you capture the information of the people you want,
Yeah,
not the
exactly,
guys,
people coming in,
not
yes.
the courier
Not the driver,
guys and the drivers and stuff. You need to capture the people you want. So when Bolaji turns up with his 3 security men and his driver, you need to capture his information. Then you've got, what's it called again? GDR.
And
GDPR.
GDPR.
You've got to-
policies, yeah.
So you can get all this data and you may not be able to actually
Do much with it.
You can't do much with it, yes?
In addition to the issues that have been pointed out by the other lions, I don't see what is new or different about this, and I don't see where I would be able to add value to this. So for those 2 reasons, I'm out.
Not convinced about the uniqueness of the solution, Adenike gives a quick verdict and checks out. Any chance Kiari Booker fancies the digitalized gatekeeping solution?
I like where you've started. Coming into the building in Nigeria, you know, the most powerful people are the security guys that are manning the gates. And if you can come up with a solution for that,
that's the issue.
Maybe capture the registration or license of the car and the individuals, or whatever.
Yeah.
If you come up with a clever device, I think you'd knock this out of the ballpark. For now, this is something that is available, convenient, and it is not very expensive, if I recollect. It's really one of those things that have been commoditized. So I think for that, I cannot invest, and therefore I'm out.
So the thing is, you need to understand that we are presently in our MVP, so we are young, we have room to actually grow. We have a couple of bright ideas that we would like to implement.
500 million valuation, by the way.
Because we're looking at it in the market, like if you look at it from a Nigerian perspective, there isn't really any Nigerian brand that you can point out and say this is a visitor management
I know,
business.
but building a Nigerian brand for something that's quite commoditized on its own is not a guarantee for success. I also don't think that this is a unique product. It's not for me, unfortunately. I'm out.
Shortcomings in the Eluzini system overrides the pitch, pushing the Lions to exit the deal, one after the other. But Dan isn't done with his cross-examination.
What's your revenue architecture? How would you be charging?
There are actually 2 models on Eluzini. The first model is the employee model. The second model is the visitor management model, which I showed here. Each of them is priced at $30 for 1 to 100 employees.
Okay.
So if they're buying both models together, we give them a discount. So it's now $50 for both models.
Okay, let's say you're deploying for an estate that has, let's say, 1,000 houses. What model is that? What's your charge structure? How do you make money?
That means we're charging $12 per resident per annum. So if they have about 12,000, they have 1,000, that would be about $12,000 per annum.
But that's not a lot of money now. How are you going to make money?
Yeah,
There's not the traction. I can't see the traction there. My issue is that this is not robust enough because of mobile app. Number 2, the time frame is rigid. Number 3, the revenue stream is a bit stiff. So for these reasons, I won't be going forward with this investment, and I'm out.
There's something here, right? But you have 2 big issues that you haven't solved. You need to solve the issue of the gate man, right? And then you need to solve the issue of how you monetize the data. And you've come in at an incredibly high valuation. If your valuation was substantially less than this, I would have taken a bet. Just for the application across my estates, yes? I would have taken a bet on it and worked with you on this gate man issue. And honestly, for that reason alone, I'm out.
All right, thank you very much.
A high valuation, lack of mobile functionality, general system flaws and customer oversight spell the end for Adebiyi in the Den. And he is checking out empty-handed. Lion's Den is proudly sponsored by EcoBank and Chapel Hill Denim and supported by Bank of Industry and Development Bank of Nigeria with the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service as strategic partner.